Oh, proper old tussle, that one. Through to the next round though.
Yeah, I thought, good old-fashioned FA Cup game, although it felt like a league game at times as well. I thought, both teams had a go, obviously, and I'm biased, but I really loved my team today. I thought they were excellent, created loads of opportunities. On another day, Will might have got a hat-trick from set pieces. We got him clear, and in fairness to them, they took their 2 goals really well, but I just thought we had a lot of control, especially second half. I didn't see us not winning even when we went 2-1 down. I just thought we'd get the goals, and we did enough. And on another day it might have been more handsome, and at the end we nearly ended up throwing it in the last second of the game. And I suppose that's what the FA Cup's about, really. Goals and excitement. And I thoroughly enjoyed watching my team today. Even if we wouldn't have won, I would have left here content with the performance.
And grit, determination, and twice behind in the game, twice came back.
Yeah, it's a good sign, isn't it? You got to have yourself a bit. And we said to the lads at half time, we're disappointed that we weren't up in the game, and if we just move the ball quicker, we'll cause them problems. And the system we play today, that has advantages and disadvantages, but in possession of the ball, it caused a lot of problems, and we moved it round them quite well and made them defend a lot of crosses. And then from that you get corners and other ways of trying to score. So yeah, I was really pleased. I was really pleased with a lot of players, but I was really pleased with the general character of the team. They're really happy with themselves. They obviously get victory Monday for that, so that's cheered them up. But really pleased with how they just kept going. And even at the end, all the subs are cheering everyone on, and they were desperate to go through. And I'm really proud.
Yeah, I mean, these games can, especially between 2 teams who are going to play each other again in a couple of months here. It can be a little bit
stale,
can't they? But that really wasn't.
Yeah. Well, I spoke to him beforehand about, if you win this one, you play again in 5 weeks' time. If you're fortunate enough to win that, you might get the game of your life. Like, I said in the pre-match press to you, I played Liverpool, and I still remember that. I say I played Liverpool. I was on the pitch. I don't actually know if I kicked it, but and it's the same with these lads. Like, they don't have many opportunities to play against an Arsenal, or Tottenham, or a Norwich City. So these will be
beat them, I think.
Well, I don't want to tempt fate, but so you're just in the hat, aren't you? And in fairness, as you could ask the other manager as well, say the same thing. Like, winning's a good habit to get into. Like, you've always got to, whatever you're in, you've got to give your best, best go at it, best foot forward, all those classic sayings. But yeah, so I was just really pleased. I appreciate it's not 3 points, but after losing last week, after being on a good run, it's just nice to come back with a win.
And Hepburn Murphy's seems to be liking his kind of, not lone striker, but front striker role, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, obviously with Pato being out, he sort of stepped up, and Pato's not back yet. We've got someone who looks like Pato.
I was going to say, has anyone found his beard?
Wow. I don't like it.
No.
He's whiter than milk, isn't he?
Yeah.
I've never seen a whiter man in my life.
Yeah.
So that's uncomfortable. He looked like we were joking with him the other day at training because we didn't recognise him. Like, has this man lost his dog? He was just walking around. I didn't recognise him. So. But Rush done really well. I thought Nat led the team really well today as well. He was really good and on the front foot. And yeah, and it's nice to be able to, I wanted to bring Lex on today as well, but it's nice to be able to bring a Pato on, a Nath on, a Joe Tomlinson on. When you get all your players back fit, the squad's better, but your team's significantly better.
Good for Joe Tomlinson, obviously. I mean, he's had to bide his time to get back into the side and that, but he finished that well, actually.
Yeah, great finish. I mean, I think you wanted to ask the question in the way of it was a good managerial sub.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what you're saying without saying it. So yeah, really pleased for the manager. That was a good decision, and it just felt like, because there was a few bookings for both teams, I just had this awful feeling that sooner or later there'd be a second yellow. So, and I want to get Joe on the pitch anyway, so it's a no-brainer. So for Joe to score is great for him. It's never in any doubt when it comes to him. I don't know if he's left-footed or right-footed. He doesn't know. So if it falls to anyone, it's probably best. Yeah, or lucky.
Yeah, I
don't know what is a real term.
So you must be really, really pleased with yourself bringing Joe Tomlinson on.
Yeah, really pleased.
Yeah.
I didn't have any input from anyone else. It was just all me. No, it was, it was great that he scored. It doesn't very often happen. As you well know, you've watched many of my games. My subs are normally horrific. So for one to come off is good news. But I was just pleased for, the lads on the periphery to get some time, to get a little bit of match sharpness, and it gives us another game, in 5 weeks' time, which is good. I don't want to have a weekend off in December, although my wife does. So yeah, just generally pleased. I thought Rush was a constant threat, which enabled, he kept stretching it, which enabled Will and Natty to get on the ball, and I thought Kells and Dan, especially second half, just controlled the game for us really. And apart from the mistake at the start of the second half, it felt pretty comfortable.
Yeah, he obviously brought a couple in due to injuries, but it's difficult. Maybe Danny Crowley coming in. He obviously hasn't played a lot, has he, this season? But he equipped himself pretty well.
Yeah, I mean he should do, shouldn't he? He's a good player and he's played at a higher level. He gets the game. Obviously, he has it in tight areas. I just felt first half it felt like our two midfielders were too deep. They were trying to protect the centre halves, but we say the same thing to them every week. Let the centre halves get paid for that. You get paid for getting on seconds and making us play. And I just think we got a bit higher with our midfielders second half, which enabled us to get second balls, which enabled us to play better penetrating passes. So I thought Dan and Kells did that well today.
Yeah, and obviously the goalkeeper, Conor Trimmer, coming in as well.
Yeah, pleased for him.
Because obviously that first goal could have knocked him a bit.
Yeah, I don't really blame him for that. I blame someone else, but yeah, it was disappointing. The way we gave the ball away at top end of the pitch weren't great, and then we didn't cover ourselves in much glory. And I don't mind my goalkeeper being a bit crazy. He come for that. It's fair enough. It's just one of them things, isn't it? So there's no drama there, and I don't think he could do much about the second goal either, really. So, but apart from that, he had real good control at his feet. I thought we played out from the back a lot more today with control, which helped. And I know obviously Craig's at home crying because he's not playing, but he'll be back soon, and it's good to have competition.
Obviously into the next round, first time for 3 years, and first time MK Dons have beaten a league side since 2018.
What have you been doing here? What, honestly? Dear, oh dear.
It's just for this, just to tell you. Really.
Well, I wish you'd have told me that at the start of the week. I wouldn't have felt the pressure coming into the game. I'd be like, well, no one's expecting much. No, it's good to have a little cup run, isn't it? And like I said, if we're fortunate enough to get a home draw and we're lucky enough to get through, and obviously luck is a big part in all sport, and you don't know what you're going to get in the round after that. And that's what I want the lads to experience. I've had my career, unfortunately it's over, but for them, their families, to see him playing against the greats of this country would be amazing. Even if we get a top champ team, we can see what really we've got. But obviously we've got to get through another game, but at least we're in the hat. Yeah. And we've won a game of football, which makes the bus really happy on the way home.
Yeah, that's the thing about the first and second rounds of all the competitions you enter actually at this stage, is that you kind of, with the greatest respect, waiting, aren't you, to kind of trying to get through to that third round.
Yeah, definitely. If you get to the third round, even then you could get a duffer, couldn't you? Yeah. You could get Walsall or something. You think, oh, for God's sake, we play them every third week. So yeah, it'd be amazing if we could get through to the third round and have a proper game. But I'm just pleased. When we came here, they've gone full strength, obviously, as we have. But they've just recently beaten Grimsby away, drew away at Swindon. Give Chesterfield a 6-2 drumming here. So look, these are an informed side. I think they're probably the top informed side. I think they won 4 out of 5. So for us to come and dominate the way we did is a real confidence boost for the lads, and that's the nicest thing for me. Not the potential FA Cup run. The thought is that the dressing room really got it. They were really together at half time. They knew they should have been better, and we moved the ball better second half, and they get their rewards. And if they can carry that into a Barnet next week and whoever's after that, I can only go week by week. But that's from our point of view. From a coaching point of view, you see things like sticking, and it's really pleasing.
Thank you.
Obviously missing your regular skipper Alex Gilby, but he was here and quite a vocal cheerleader as well. How's he doing?
Yeah, he's okay. The news on he's just got a little bit of a tweaky groin, so it was a perfect opportunity to take him out. Yeah. That's the truth. So he hasn't trained all week. However, he's one busy man. So he travelled down, asked me could he travel. He's been watching training every day. So I said, look, enjoy life as a coach. It's a right laugh. He said, how hungry do you get? I went, I mean, you can ask him. He said, I'm starving watching train. I went, that's us. Honestly, old men. But today I asked him to speak to the lads just before we came out, because, the captain has a voice and the lads respect the captain. So, and he was a big part of, cheering the lads on and celebrating after. And, he's a massive part of this football club. So it gave me great honour to give it to Mendes. So now, Gilbs has got to get back in the team, get his armband back, and there's no guarantees in life, is there? I mean, you put that in print, there'll be an absolute meltdown.
100%.
You need to put in brackets, massive sarcasm, Yeah, Gilbs has been great this year, and obviously for the lads to, and then it's a good message for the dressing room. Like, you know, I appreciate I've got some superstars here, some really talented players, but no one's greater than the team.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Craig's been amazing for us. Like, Craig wasn't here today, I missed him, but, you know, Connell done really well. Gilbs has been amazing for us, but, you know, he's not here. Aaron Collins will be amazing for us. Geth was amazing for us. Kane Wilson will be amazing for us, but they're not here. But if you can keep picking up wins when whichever team you put out produces, that's a good sign for me. And
important as well to have various different leaders as well. I mean, like you say, Mendes was a very physical presence, but also a real presence for the rest of his team to sort of feed off.
Yeah, and the lads look up to him, so they should, to be fair. Like, his career he's had, the same with Pato, but like, he lives right, he eats right, he trains right, he's like, and he's a real driver in the dressing room, and when he speaks, people listen, and they're the leaders, aren't they? Loads of people can, you know, unfortunately, want to be a leader. You don't choose if you're a leader, it's just a natural thing, and he is one of them people. He does want to win every game, he does want to have massive success, and that's how I convinced him to come here, really. So yeah, so it was good for him. It's a pity he didn't score. He'll tell you he's happy assisting. He's lying. He's desperate to score.
He said that to us on Thursday.
In fairness, he did lay it off for the second goal. I don't know if he set the third goal up. Who set the third goal up with the fullback?
I think it was his cross, wasn't it?
Yeah, he'll be buzzing. He'll be having assists all over the place. But
he nearly had one at the end as well.
Yeah, he put Rush in for his hat-trick. Well, when Rush came over
himself,
for a drink, I said, if you don't shoot next time you get it for your hat-trick, I'm going to take you off and put an Lex on. So then he knew he had to shoot. But it didn't come off, did it? That would have been managerial class.
100%.
I would have
masterclass.
Oh, I'd have been on an LMA masterclass giving out speeches, earning a fortune. But unfortunately, it didn't happen today. But yeah, really pleased. Everyone can go home safely and you know, meet up again on Tuesday.
And just finally, we mentioned on Thursday about Craig McGillivray. You said he was going to get tested every day, pretty much. Was he back in training on Friday?
He started his protocol on Friday. Okay. He felt, well, he looked all right. It was nice to see him, to be fair. I had a good hug of him and a good smell of him, but I don't think he smelt the greatest. I can't say I've come away thinking, do you know what, he's pushed the boundaries with his scent there. I think he's a bit of a straight down the middle guy with his perfume. But no, good to see him, and obviously the lads are pleased to see him, and it was, you know, it was serious at the time, and it is, you know, head injuries aren't to be, you know, mocked. So yeah, hopefully his progression keeps going. He has to like train in different heart rate zones and make sure he doesn't have headaches and all that, and he can just keep progressing. So we'll see how he gets on next week.